Yes, friends. So each nakshatra is having, so each nakshatra is having 4 quarters, and you have multiplied this 27 into 4 is equal to 108. 4 7 is 28, 8 2 carry, 4 2 is 8 and 2 10. So 108 quarters are there in all the 27 nakshatras. Now you see here that what is the importance of these quarters. Now these 108 types of people's varieties are there. Now if you see that those first two basic categories of people, Arya or Anar in Rig Veda time, after this astrologically or astronomically, people are divided into 108 types of categories, because each nakshatra is having 1 quarter, okay, these 4 quarters. So if a person is born in a particular nakshatra in a particular quarter, okay, first quarter or fourth quarter or third quarter. Now you see one example, let me take. That suppose a person is born in a particular nakshatra. Okay, now you see that both M.K. Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, they are born in the same nakshatra, Aslesha nakshatra, 9th nakshatra. M.K. Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi's nakshatra is also Aslesha nakshatra, but he is born, Mahatma Gandhi is born in fourth quarter of Aslesha nakshatra, as I described in the previous prediction series. Previous prediction series, this is not prediction as I always tell, this is post prediction, because I am taking historical events, and those historical events, how we have to describe those events with the help of, because there are not number of things here, what is time of birth of Mangal Pandya, I do not know. Where at what time this rebellion started, or this he attacked the British officers. Okay, this first rebellion or first freedom fighting started. So when he attacked the British officers, the time is not known to me, because I have not read anywhere, because I just searched for this, but I couldn't find the exact time that when he attacked the Britishers, okay, or the British officers. Now then, third thing, when he was hanged, maybe the time, it may be evening or early morning. The time may be early evening or evening or early morning. That time may be there. So we can just judge that. But on that particular day, what is the moon's nakshatra? Moon will be in a particular nakshatra. That particular nakshatra can describe the person's activities, person's whole nature or activity on that particular day. So that's why I have taken that time. I have taken just usually, but day I have taken exact day. That on that particular day he was hanged, he started rebellion, and his birth was here. Okay, 19th July 1827 he was born on 19th of July, okay, 1827, and his rebellion started, or he attacked British officer in Meerut, I think in Meerut. I have taken time 1:30 a.m. early morning time, 1:30 a.m. on that particular day. So this horoscope has been framed, okay, Capricorn sign, and on that particular day, what was the position of moon? Moon was in, I think initially moon was in 0 sign past from 26 degree 40 minutes to 30 degree, first quarter of Kritika Nakshatra. Kritika Nakshatra starts from Aries sign itself. It is first quarter in Aries sign, and 3 other quarters are in Taurus sign. But here moon I have put here because the time I have taken here 1:30 a.m. but it may be before that, because if I take 12 or 12, if I take exactly mid period, then sun will be here, or midnight time. Okay, so that might be here. So then moon will be in the Aries, in this what you call Aries sign, but Aries ending degree of Aries sign. Okay, so 26 degree 40 minutes to 30 degree, or first quarter of Kritika Nakshatra. Because in first quarter of Kritika Nakshatra, it will be influenced by Aries sign, and Aries sign is Mars sign. When Mars sign, moon is in Mars sign under the Aries sign, then mind of the person is very much rebellious type of, the person will do something daring act. So he dared to attack British people or British officers, even if he was employed there in the British army in those days, but he attacked the British officers even then. So this Kritika Nakshatra's first quarter, moon might be there, because this is just my imagination, but this is 100% true, because only then he can dare this. Otherwise, the next 3 quarters, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter of this nakshatra, I mean Kritika nakshatra, is under the Taurus sign. In the Taurus sign Lord is Venus. Then the person will be very decent, not daring type. Okay, but this is daring activity. He did daring activity. So it must be in Aries sign. Moon must be in the ending degree of Aries sign. Kritika nakshatra is okay. But Kritika nakshatra is not second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. But moon was lying in the first quarter of Kritika nakshatra. Only then this daring activity might have done by him. So this is how we can define with the help of nakshatras. Okay, so this nakshatra qualities I have just talked about. There are 27 nakshatras. Each nakshatra is having 4 quarters. So if I multiply 27 by 4, you will have 108. Now you will be surprised. This 108 is very much important in Vedic astrology, or in Indian civilization, or Indian culture. In every house in Vedic people or in Vedic scriptures, we can find that people are suggested that you can have the number of beads in a chain, or in a rotating chain, or in a worshipping chain. You know, the mala which we use, इसमें मन के जो होते हैं, मन के means beads. Number of beads is 108. Why 108 मन का or beads are taken in a chain, in a rotating chain, when we worship or we rotate, okay, the chain, or in a rotating man. So there are number of beads, or number of manka, or the beads, number of beads is 108. Why 108? Just to pacify, to worship each quarter of nakshatra. The person who is born in a family, in one's family, in any quarter, okay, or in every quarter, whatever quarters, 108 quarters are there. So any person whosoever is born in a particular quarter, in any nakshatra, that person's worshipping from that person's side can be done by elderly people in a family. So in our families, in Vedic scriptures, or in Vedic families, for example, the elderly people, mostly grandmothers, grandparents, they are worshipping with the help of that chain, that rotating chain, or that which is having 108 beads. What is the work of those 108 beads? This is the importance of 108 beads. Okay, so in Vedic astrology, 108 beads, or number of beads, is because of 27 nakshatras are having 4 quarters each, and the 27 into 4 is equal to 108. So just to pacify, to worship a particular god, okay, either to worship Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu or Lord Brahma, or whosoever the god is or goddess is there. We have to worship that god just to pacify the nakshatra or the persons or whosoever is being influenced by any bad event or bad things or bad time. Okay, just to pacify, to worship the god, particular god, we have to use that chain with 100, which is having 108 beads. Those 108 beads are being rotated by our elderly people, by our parents, by our grandparents, just to pacify all these quarters, lots of these quarters, okay, or all those planets, all those quarters, so that there is peace in the family. Just to pacify, to worship the god, particular god, this chain of 108 beads is being used in Indian families, in Indian societies. Okay, so this is importance of this. Why this has been used? This is I've just explained. Okay, so 108 beads, every chain, the chain, rotating chain, which is used by, for worshipping by the people, by the pujaris, by the priests in the temples. That chain, or that mala will have 108 manka. Manka means beads in that chain. Why 108 beads? The reason is this. Okay, just to pacify, worship for every person's nakshatra, to pacify that lord of the nakshatra with the help of that god. Okay, god can pacify that planet. So on behalf of every family member, this 108 beads are being rotated by taking God's name. Okay, so this is how 108 is having very much importance in Vedic families or people who are worshipping gods. Okay, now come to the point. Next thing. So in this case, now let me check what is the time of his hanging. Why he was hanged on this particular day, and what is the situation? That very much alarming situation on that particular day. This is 8th of April. He was hanged at Barakpur in Calcutta or West Bengal. Okay, or near Calcutta or in West Bengal. So Barakpur, Chhavni it was, or it was a Kent area, defense area where he was hanged. Okay, so this hanging of Mangal Pandey was done on 8th April 1857, just after 9 days. For this is 29th and this is March, maybe 10 days, because this March is having 31 days, and after that this April is having 30 days undoubtedly, but it is having 8 days these, and these 29, 30, 31, 11 days. Okay, so after 11 days he was hanged. So this is how on 8th April he was hanged. But on that particular day, what are the transit of the planets? Where planets were posited, or in which signs they were posited. Now see here what is the situation. Now here the situation is that Mars is in Aries in its own sign. Okay, is very much positive in the fourth house are taken here, and Ketu and Moon together. Sun is with Rahu. Okay, and Rahu is in 26th nakshatra, and the second last nakshatra, 26th nakshatra, which is of Saturn, and the last nakshatra is 27th Revati nakshatra. Revati nakshatra is Lord is Mercury. Mercury is Lord. Mercury is in the own sign undoubtedly, but Mercury will follow whatever the other planets are there. So Jupiter is in 27th nakshatra, same nakshatra. Sun is also in the same nakshatra. Rahu is in 26th nakshatra, which is Jupiter's nakshatra. Saturn's nakshatra. So Rahu is in Saturn's nakshatra, Jupiter, Mercury, and Sun. All the three are in Mercury nakshatra, right? Mercury nakshatra 27th, Revati nakshatra. Now in this case, you see here that there is solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Okay, this is Purnamasi's time, because Moon and Sun both are opposite to each other, but Moon is with Ketu, eclipse time, and the Rahu is with Sun. So Sun and Rahu in Rahu Ketu axis, Sun and Moon are there. This is eclipse time, solar eclipse as well as lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse, Moon is also in the eclipse time. So this is very inauspicious time. The reason why Moon is afflicted in Rahu Ketu axis. Sun is also afflicted with Rahu. Okay, and Mercury, Jupiter, they are also in the 27 nakshatra undoubtedly, but they are, so this multi-influence or on Moon and Sun is there, or in Rahu Ketu axis. Whenever they are there, they are inimical. I mean, Rahu is enemy to Sun as well as to Moon. So Moon is afflicted, Sun is afflicted on that particular day. Now see here, this is what is very alarming situation. Saturn is in undoubtedly 6th nakshatra. This is 6th nakshatra, Gemini sign, and Venus is in own sign. So Venus is in own sign, Mars is in own sign, Mars is in Aries, and Venus is. So this event is very historic because two planets are in their own sign. Even this Jupiter is in own sign, Jupiter is also in his own sign. So now see here, this one event, this one particular event was so much, I mean what you call, so much worshipping type activity, so much historical event. People admired him on that particular day. Still they are admiring Mangal Pandey. Mangal Pandey is world famous now because of this one activity. The reason is number of planets are their own sign. See here, Jupiter is in his own sign, 12th sign. Pisces sign is lorded by Jupiter. Jupiter is in his own sign. Mars is in his own sign. Aries sign is lorded by Mars. And Venus is also in his own sign. Saturn is in friendly sign. Gemini sign is friendly sign. Saturn and Mercury are friends. So Saturn is in friendly sign. Now see here, number of friendly signs are there in which planets are situated. when planets are in number of friendly signs or in their own signs. 3 planets are in their own signs. Now see here, the person has become very historic, very pious person. He is taken with a lot of honor by the people, by the native citizens, by the Indians. So Indians, his name is historical event. I mean, this event, particular event, hanging of his is being worshipped, being liked by people, honored by people. Reason is number of planets were on that particular day in their own signs. Venus was in his own sign, Mars was in his own sign, Jupiter was in his own sign. Undoubtedly there was eclipse. Moon was affected on that particular day. Sun was eclipsed. The moon sun was in Rahu Ketu axis. Undoubtedly the eclipse time was there. Solar eclipse, lunar eclipse happened. But this event is very much historic, very much a remembered one. Okay, the people are still remembering him. He is very much, I mean, so much a daring type of person, or is very historic. Okay, so this event of his cannot be forgotten by anyone. This is very auspicious event he has become. Okay, his activity has become very auspicious. People like him. People want to become just like him. Now this horoscope or birth horoscope you see here, as I have told you, that moon is in own sign. So this, when moon is in Rohini sign, is in own sign, or moon is exalted sign is there. Taurus sign is exaltation sign of moon, and whenever moon is in exaltation sign, the people are so much followed by others. They are, number of followers will follow that person. He will be followed by, he will have number of fans, his activities will be followed by others. After that he was followed. This was the first war of independence in India in 1857. Initially it was considered by the British as rebellion, okay, or soldiers rebellion and this and that, but it is taken by Indians as very auspicious one, or is considered as the first war of independence. I have taken here first war of independence on March 29, 1857, this event, and this is the situation on that particular day. Okay, so as I have talked about, that moon's position is defining all the events. Okay, so if you see that, if you study the Vedic astrology, for that the basic thing is nakshatras, their quarters. If you learn them one by one, nakshatra, the positions of the planets as well, we'll take all those things. If I take that 9 nakshatras in 12 signs, if you multiply 12 into 9, into again 12 houses also, okay, 12 signs to 12, so 144 into 9, there are different kind of situations are there. And after that we take every quarter of the nakshatras. 108 is also multiplied to this, that 108 into this 108, because number of total quarters in all the 27 nakshatras are 108. So 3 degree 20 minutes into 108 if you do, then you will get 360 degree. So 360 degree, if I divide by 3 degree 20 minutes, you will get 108. This is what 108 importance in Indian society is there. Or in Vedic family or Indian families, you can find 108 is having a lot of importance in every family, because people are worshipping, okay, in the temples. They have that chain, or that with 108 beads in it. So they are just rotating that, worshipping with the help of that chain. Okay, so I cannot say that chain is there, but it is just worshipping mala or beads, okay, having 108 beads, or those manke means beads. 108 beads, why 108 beads are there, are just explained. And these 3 horoscopes are just presented for Mangal Pandey's activity. So Mangal Pandey's work, this is he attacked the Britishers, okay, on that particular day. So only moon's position I have taken here, which is very much important. Okay, so if you just want to study about Vedic astrology or Vedic things, just go through the planetary conditions in every quarter. Okay, because there are a number of things being described about every quarter. Now if I take, now let me take example of this Astrology Nakshatra, 9th Nakshatra, in which both Mahatma Gandhi was born, as well as Jawaharlal Nehuru's Nakshatra is also Ashresa Nakshatra. So first division of the people is in 27 types. Okay, people are divided into 27 nakshatras. Suppose a person is born in a particular nakshatra, So if I divide what kind of people are there, if I just divide 100 by 27, so how many percent? 1.07. Sorry, 1.703. It comes out to be 1.7. Sorry, 3.7. What I'm doing is 3.703. Okay, this 27, 3 are 81, and then 0.73 on. Okay, in the previous lecture, see, I was just talking about the 3.5 to 4. If I take 3.5 to up to 4, even if 4% people are there in of one particular type, okay, they are having similar type of characteristics or very common type of characteristics they are having. But no, if I divide the people in 27 into 4 means 108 different varieties. So those people again will be differentiated because the position of planets will have the variation of different qualities in them, or different characteristics of those people will be further differentiated because the position of planets in a person's horoscope, in person's nakshatra, in which nakshatra other planets are posited. So I mean different varieties can be described. So if a person is having very much calculation power or mathematical power, that person can do define Vedic astrology in a proper manner, in a particular, or in a exact manner or proper manner. He can predict the person's life in a very lucid manner, very clear manner, very obvious manner. The person will have that kind of description. Okay, so he can describe the person's life in a proper manner. Okay, so this is how the importance of mathematical astronomical calculations in case of Vedic astrology is a must. Without these things, you cannot understand that what is the position of a particular planet in a person's horoscope. Only condition, as I always tell, there is requirement of time of birth, date of birth, place of birth. These three must be exact one. If time of birth is different, person's horoscope will be changed. Person's position of planets will be different. His horoscope then cannot be properly described. As in this case, I have taken Mangal Pandey's horoscope. Okay, first freedom fighter. He was initiator of freedom fighting in India. Okay, he was the first freedom fighter who rebelled, who attacked the British officers on that particular day, 29th March 1857. This 1857, 29th March is very what you call memorable day for Indian history. Okay, so Indian history is remembering or will remember Mangal Pandey as first freedom fighter who started rebellion in Meerut. Okay, so in Meerut he attacked British officer on 29th March. This particular day, and his time or date of birth. Time of birth I am not understanding, or I do not know what was his time of birth. But the transit of the planet on that particular day, I can remember. I can just find out. Okay, moon was in which nakshatra, and that position of moon can also describe a person's qualities, person's characteristics. Okay, his qualities or his characteristics, basic nature can be described with the help of the moon's position in a particular nakshatra. Okay, other planets are also defined. Sun and Mars both are together. So persons, what you call horoscope, or this Indian horoscope is so much afflicted because of this person's the position of the planet on that particular day. Okay, so his birth is, the person is having very auspicious birth because moon was exalted on that particular day in his own sign. So very auspicious person was, being so much obedient type, very worshipping type, religious person, very much so much following his family tradition. Okay, family trade or whatever traits were there in his family that were followed by him. He was not against the family tradition. He was following all those activities. Very brilliant person he's having. Brilliance of speaking. When moon is in Rohini Nakshatra, let me describe that what person will have different kind of varieties. So this person will have, or he will have, the quality of describing the things. The interest of his will be in different things. He will have different interest of different variety or different types of things. Okay. The second thing is Saturn and Venus. when are together. Okay, so that person is also having other kinds of activities, very social type of activities. So he is being remembered. Okay, because of in society also he is remembered. Social activities, his what you call his social companion, etc. That person, okay, will be very much so much social person. He will be. The reason is in this case when moon is in Rohini Nakshatra, then person is okay not or now second thing the major thing which I always talk about, that when Saturn and Jupiter, their position can give a person's samvatsara, in which samvatsara person is born. That samvatsara position is also describing a person's activity. What is samvatsara? He was born in 34th samvatsara. Mangal Pandey was born on that particular year, 1827. If you take, then add 57 in it, and further add 9. So 57 plus 9, you will get here 1893, I think, 93. If you divide 1893 by 60, you will have 31 into 60 that you will do there, and then 33 will be remainder. Add 1 to 33. This 34th nakshatra, whatever remainder comes out after dividing by 60, you will get 33 plus 1, that means 34th samvatsara. He was born in 34th samvatsara. There are 60 samvatsara. I have already described those samvatsara. So with the help of samvatsara also, the person's major qualities or major activities or major characteristics can be defined. What is the major activity of his 34th samvatsara? Says that person will have not comfortable with friends. So he was not comfortable with his friends because some friends of his might have advised him not to rebel against the British people, but he rebelled against them. The reason is that those people might be compromising, that no, you will be killed, this and that, you not to dare this, and but he was not comfortable with friends. Okay, he was not accord with friends. Accord with friends means not assembling with friends, not taking advice from the friends. He was giving advice to others, but cannot take advice from others. This kind of person is born in this particular samvatsara. This samvatsara name is Sharbari samvatsara. This samvatsara name is Sharbari samvatsara. He was born in Sharbari samvatsara. In this Sharbari samvatsara, a person is born. That person's activities will be distinct one. He will not follow others. He will not accord with other friends. His friendship will not be so much, admissible one. He will not admit to others' activities, right? So whatever activities other friends might be doing, he is not following them. Okay, his activities will be distinct one or different one. He was having different activities. So Sharbari Nakshatra, Sharbari Samvatsara, sorry. So Sharbari Samvatsara, he was born 34th Nakshatra, Samvatsara. He was born in 34th Samvatsara. There are 60 Samvatsaras. I have already described them. That from 1 to 60 Samvatsaras are there. So these 60 Samvatsaras in a particular Samvatsara, and these Samvatsaras calculated with the help of position of Saturn and Jupiter. Because Jupiter complete the whole horoscope or 12 signs in 12 years. Each sign, in every sign, Sun is Jupiter is for 1 year. So in 12 years, Jupiter covers all the 12 signs or 12 houses, you can say. So all the 12 signs, Jupiter is for average 1 year in one particular sign. But Saturn is for 30 years. So 30 years, in 30 years, Saturn covers the whole horizon, you can say, or the whole, what you call, horoscope. All the 12 signs are being covered by Saturn in 30 years. So 30 and 12, if you take the LCM of 30 and 12, there is 60. So 60 is the LCM of 30 and 12. With the help of this Saturn's position and Jupiter's position, samvatsara is being framed. So there are 60 samvatsaras. So out of those 60 samvatsara, a person is born in a particular year. In that particular year, what is the position of Saturn and Jupiter will be there. With the help of their influences of Saturn and Jupiter, the person's characteristics, person's nature can be defined. This is major activity.